All right, folks, we here still at Needham High Recruiting Board Media Day. I'm here with my man, Coach St. Pierre.
Mook,
What is
good to see
going
you, babe.
on,
Good to
man?
be back.
I know, Coach. I know how excited you are for Friday because I mean, it's been a long off season, right?
They had all they could do to keep me out of a uniform today, so yeah, I'm ready to go. It's been long, but it's here finally, and it's a great time of year.
Yeah, definitely. St. John's Prep. You guys, like I said, you guys start the season off with, with a bang. You got Springfield Central coming to the prep, but just each year when the season comes around, just how excited are you to get these young men, into the football mode, teaching them the game, and just helping them get to where they want to be.
I mean, as a football coach, this is kind of your Christmas. You can't wait to get to this, and the next couple of days will go slower than you want to, waiting for it to start. But once it gets going, you're in your element, doing what you love, and we've had a great group in the summer working really, really hard for this season, and Team 119 will figure out about themselves pretty quickly right here, and we'll find out week one, how much we need to improve because we're playing the Iron. Great program. So, but that's what you do when you come to St. John's. You play the best and you challenge yourself.
Right, and you guys, it's kind of unique season for you because this is the first year you graduated so many contributors, and you got a lot of new faces that are going to be inserted into that starting lineup and getting a lot of playing time. Either they got some last year, but now it's increasing this year. How, for a head coach, how much of a challenge is that just to, get those guys in tune and ready to go?
Well, it increases the challenge. I mean, we have 18 guys, 18 stars we've got to replace, which is about double what we usually are. So, be a lot of new faces. We'll be young in some spots, new in some other spots, but our program is a developmental program. We develop our guys, we stay in house, and our guys have worked really hard. So it's their time to step up, and they know that. So we need guys to emerge. We need some leaders to emerge, and that started to happen this summer. And I'm optimistic about it.
Yeah. Well, one of the easiest things on a head coach is when you have a quarterback that's really talented and that's got the experience of playing early, and now going into his second year as a starter. What do you kind of your expectations for him on some of the things he learned last year that'll help him throughout his second year?
Yeah, my expectation of him is just to be Chris Vargas. He's a special kid. He's so mature. He's already got really great leadership qualities for a young man that age is unique, and teammates really gravitate to him, and he's done a great job with all that piece. I mean, the physical stuff you can see on the field, it's clear to anyone, but it's the other stuff, how good of a human he is. He was brought up really well by his parents. He's so mature. He's so humble. And it's a privilege for me, having played the position, especially to be around a guy who's that talented, but also that good of a person and that humble.
Yeah, since you've been at St. John's, you guys have made deep runs into the state tournament pretty much each year that you've been there, right? It's kind of like it's a lot of football first, right? And extending that season, how is that? What does that just do to the mind, and mind and the body? You guys go on play, go into playing into December, and all that.
It's just the expectation of coming to St. John's, I think. It is now, anyway. I mean, I think it's been 7 Final Fours in a row and maybe 9 in my 10 years. So we don't talk about it much. I think the kids understand it. We just talk about, we start over every year and let's make us the best version of ourselves and let that take care of itself on the field. And we do a good job of doing that and just kind of keeping it small increments throughout the season.
Yeah. As you said, year 10 for you as a head coach coming up.
This is year 11.
Year
I
11.
think. Yeah.
Year 11,
Yeah.
right?
Wild.
Right. The time flies,
Yeah,
but
it does.
what have you seen from your evolution as a head coach since you first got the job to this point?
Yeah. When I first took over, I always knew I knew the X's and O's, and I knew the football part of it. But it's the relationships. It's getting high school guys to buy in and to play really hard, and that's more important than the X's and O's. And I knew that, but the longer I get into this, the more I'm around it. It's about building those relationships with those guys and them knowing that you care about them, and when you ask them stuff that they expect from you that they know I've done it. I would never ask them to do anything that I haven't done myself as a player, and we have that rapport together, and they learn me, and I learn them. But every year is a new group, and that's one of the unique parts. You know, I keep getting older, and they stay the same age. So well, that's tough for me. Good for them.
Yeah. You know, one of throughout the years, the strength of your team has always been that line. You know, you guys always brought in a strong offensive and defensive line. You know, the trenches is where the games are won. Right? Now you guys have a lot of skill players, a lot of really good skill players, right? How much easier is that for the offensive line when you guys have so much skill players and just getting them the ball easier?
Well, it's great to have skill players, but like you said, to your point, the trenches is where you win and lose in the big battles, and we're going to be new there, and that's, I don't want to say it's cause for concern, but it has our attention. We need some guys to step up. But anytime you get the ball in playmakers' hands, it helps everybody. But that O-line makes everything go. If they don't do their job, then we can't do that stuff. So they know that, and they've been working really hard. And there's some unproven guys up there. They can get opportunities to prove it. And looking forward to seeing how that unfolds.
Right, and you know it's a long season, but week one home, always good to start the season off at home, right? But those first three games are you know not the easiest road. You got starting off with Springfield Central, then you got Marshfield, and then you got old rival Central Catholic coming in.
That's right. I mean, every year we play the hardest schedule, and that's no different this year. We'll start, like you said, with Springfield Central at home, and they're loaded. And then we got to get on a bus and go to Marshfield and then come back home for Central Catholic. So, yeah, our first three will be – I know this. No matter what our record is, we'll be battle-tested going in to the end of September. But tremendous respect for Springfield Central. You know, we have a brief history together, and what they've done as a program the last 5-10 years has been very, very impressive. A lot of huge wins, a lot of great players. They do a great job out there.
All right, folks, make sure you get there September 6th, right? September 6th?
5th, Friday night.
September 5th, yes. September 5th in Danvers at St. John's Prep, season opener. It's going to be a good one. Make sure you're there. Coach St. Pierre, ladies and gentlemen, I'm out of here.
Mook, I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.